your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Local government elections are set for January 27th, 2022, and some new faces are offering to serve. Tonight, Councillor for Central Grand Bahama, Marco Carey, is giving some advice to those aspiring councillors as elections draw near.
Before I decided to run for local government about 6 years ago, I sat down and I attended meeting. I read the Local Government Act because you need to know your don'ts and do's as a councillor. Yes, I see persons say they want to do this and do that, but at the end of the day, the City of Freeport Council only have a budget of just over $700,000. That is a drop in the bucket compared to how it used to be before. All right? And for you to maintain some 40 parks, just can you imagine $70,000, $80,000 coming out your budget a month to maintain parks? So I would like to urge the government, if they can consider putting all the parks in the city of Freeport on the parks and beaches. That would free up some funds for us to do some other work in the community.
Meanwhile, the Grand Bahama Christian Council is preparing to hold elections the end of January. President Reverend Dr. Robert Lockhart is completing his second term in office, and he says he will not be seeking re-election. He's encouraging churches on the island to participate.
We first of all want to encourage all churches to make sure that your registration dues are paid up. And also for all persons that are interested in offering themselves to serve at the executive level, pastors, that you would make sure get your applications in as soon as possible. And they're supposed to be in by the end of December, the 31st of December. And we look forward to see what the Lord will do. I'm sure that some of our persons that are presently serving will offer themselves again. And we know the position of Christian Council President. I will not be reoffering myself. And so we, of course, it is open to all pastors who qualify to serve, but we're still waiting to see who all that will be. But in some cases, sometimes we have persons that come forward and you get the full support of the council, and so we'll see how it works out. But we're praying and we believe that the best person, with God's help, will be serving as Christian Council President. Whoever that person is, I pledge my 100% support, and will continue to support the Grand Bahama Christian Council here on the island of Grand Bahama.
The popular ZNS television show Direct Talk with David Wallace has become a household favorite throughout the Bahamas. The 2-hour show that airs weekdays at 11 a.m. is on a break for the holidays and is expected to return in the new year. Tonight, talk show host David G. Wallace says major plans are in place for 2022.
Friday, December 10th was the final show of the year for Direct Talk with host David G. Wallace. The show was televised from the Grand Bahama Children's Home, where many persons who appeared on the show since its inception were in attendance. For Wallace, a former politician and well-known master of ceremony throughout the Grand Bahama community, he says this past year hosting Direct Talk has been nothing short of exciting, and he's looking forward to what's in store for next year.
Based on the response we've been getting, not only from persons like Mrs. Barrel, but throughout the country, persons have been enjoying the historical and the informative and the educational part of the show. And it is our intent to continue that way. And so early next year, when the show comes back on in January, we're going to be talking first about majority rule. I've been able to confirm with former Prime Minister Christie that he's going to be able to join us on the show to talk about it. I'm going to extend an invitation to former Prime Minister Ingram. We have some shows lined up where we're going to be to the Turks and Caicos Islands. In January, we're also going to be remembering Samalo Butler, whose birthday is on the 24th of January. And so Eddie Minnis, we want to do some stories with some of these Bahamian icons while they are alive.
Wallace said that plans are in place to host a show in Abaco and Bimini in March and April of next year. Wallace, along with Dr. Cecil Thompson and former Member of Parliament Reverend Lindy Russell, gathered in 8 Mile Rock at the residence of Beryl Stewart, a longtime supporter of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas and dedicated listener of Direct Talk show. The trio came together to make a presentation to Stuart, who was unable to attend the final show at the children's home but instead watched from her home.
I intended to bring the the program. But my wife told me, that's inappropriate just to bring a card like that. Why not get her, so she had a few fruit basket prepared, and she got the card for you. And so...
Thank God for wives.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
We wish you the happiest of Christmas and good health in the new year.
For Stuart, the gesture of appreciation is something that she says she's very grateful for.
I'm very proud of it. To God be the glory. I appreciate it highly. I wish you all Godspeed as you all continue to work. God will always bless you all. You all are doing a good job.
I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
And it is time now for a look at sports with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. West End is known perhaps as the softball capital of Grand Bahama after producing some of the most talented players over the years. Well, it's been a while since competitive softball has been played at the Cocoa Plum softball field, but that may soon change in the near future. In fact, practices is ongoing on the weekends at the field in preparation of some hopeful games in the future. Coach Sherwin Major has been active in West Grand Bahama when it comes to softball. On Saturday mornings, Coach Major conducts softball workouts at the Cocoa Plum field for young athletes interested in learning the fundamentals of the game. His most recent practice included young ladies in the West End community with off-season training.
This has been a program that's been established for the last 4 years that I've been down in West End. We play inside the Rising Stars League. With that, it gives the girls an opportunity to improve their skills, see and network.
According to Coach, most of the players are new to the sport, but he says so far his focus has been on working on the fundamentals of the game.
Right now, we're just working with basics, making sure that their mechanics are correct, their understanding how to move, their footwork and so forth. And that's where we're at right now. Hopefully, once we get out of the off-season workout, getting more into the preseason, now we get into the game aspect. Hopefully, once we get our field completed down here in West End, I can now have some of the boys come out and play along against them, and so that they can understand the game itself.
Switching gears now to the NBA, Buddy Hield and the Sacramento Kings will be in action tonight versus the Dallas Mavericks again after defeating the Mavs just 2 days ago on this buzzer-beating 3 to win the game 95-94. Buddy Hield had perhaps his worst game of the season, scoring just 3 points, shooting 1 of 5 from the field in 23 minutes of action. The veteran sharpshooter will look to bounce back tonight in their rematch with the Mavs at the Golden One Center. From the court to the field, Week 17 of the NFL season expected to kick off on Sunday with some marquee games and teams jockeying for playoff positioning. Michael Strawn and his 9-6 Indianapolis Colts will take on the 8-7 Las Vegas Raiders with playoff implications in place. The Colts are currently on a 3-game winning streak after defeating the Arizona Cardinals 20-16 in their Week 16 match-up. The 9-6 record currently placed them in second in the AFC South. Some other notable games on Sunday to look out for: the Dallas Cowboys with an 11-4 record will host the 10-5 Arizona Cardinals. The red-hot Miami Dolphins, currently on a 7-game winning streak, will travel to Tennessee to take on former Miami quarterback Ryan Tannehill and the Titans. Also, the Minnesota Vikings will travel to Green Bay to challenge the 12-3 Packers. And on Monday Night Football, a showdown will take place between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Happy New Year. Be blessed.
I'm looking forward to 2022. I know that it will be a safe and productive year, and God will continue to keep, guide, and bless our country.
Peace and love to everybody, and 2022.
Wow, what a year it has been. I just want to say a happy new year to each and every one of you out there. This year has been a very challenging year, but in all things give God thanks, and I'm so grateful to be alive. And so to all of you out there, Happy New Year, best wishes, and more importantly, be blessed.